It looks like we're live for Mountain Built Monday. How's it going, everyone? We're live. We're live with the wild Mustangs.
Wild.
Let us know
Wild,
if
crazy Mustangs.
you can hear us. Let us know where you're watching from. And let us know what you think of these three girls. So on today's video, I figured we would do some FAQs about training these girls. Also about our new setup, where we're living, and how that whole transition's going. And yeah, just kind of talk about the property and the girls. All right, we got people on here. We got Sleepy Frog, Potatoes here. How's it going? St. Elmo's Fire is here. Skull and Bones is here from Florida. Coy's here. Hey, Coy, how's it going? Deb Bauer. All right, people are hopping on. Sweet. All right, so I'll start off with a question of my own. So my question for you, Alyssa, is we have a lot in flux here. So we have new shelters. We have an arena that's going to be going in. We have the Mustang pens set up. Behind me, we have a 100-acre pasture that is almost done being fenced. So my question is, what are you most excited about?
Well, it's kind of a tie.
Okay, tie.
Or close.
Between which ones?
Well, the Mustang pen set up, because then these girls got to come over and Honey gets to come over soon.
Yeah.
And then the arena.
Yep.
The pasture will be really nice too, but
I know
don't you nibble me.
It all kind of works together to make it awesome.
Yes.
But probably the thing I'm most excited about, it's really tough, because I'm really excited about the Mustang pens, the pasture, and the arena. But I think, honestly, the thing I'm most excited about is the arena. That is going to be awesome.
It's going to be so fun.
Yeah. What are you guys most excited about in the chat? What are you guys looking forward to seeing here next? And I did see a question come in, so we'll do a little FAQ. It's a little harder to do the questions when I'm on my phone like this, but we'll do our best. So if you have questions, drop them with a red question mark.
Don't eat my brush, ma'am.
Oh, it's from Pito, and it says, how long will those girls be staying in there?
Marley will probably get moved very soon, maybe even this evening. She's going to go in one of the other pens with probably Clyde and Mesa. And then Sue and Cheyenne will be in here for a while, because we want to get them a little bit just better with groundwork and stuff before they go into such a huge pen over there. Just make sure they're good with everything. Gosh, Sue's got the brush. We do want to bring our panels over and put up a little dry lot area outside of this corral. Wait, don't eat those. She got a couple out. And as soon as we do that, then these two girls can go into a little bigger space. It'll be the same size as the dry lot they've been in.
Yeah.
And it'll be still 6-foot fences, which will be nice just in case they get spooked. I really don't think Sue or Cheyenne would even try to jump out of a 6-foot fence, but at this point we're like, they would have to get really spooked even to jump out of the bucking or try to jump out of the bucking rail, but we want to be 100% sure that they're not going to try that. So, but probably not too long. They're doing really good. You can see, like, we could brush Cheyenne now, and she loves it. So she's coming along.
Someone said I'm lagging, so that's why I stepped back here, is to get away from the shelter, and hopefully it'll get a little bit better.
We haven't done a live out here yet, and sometimes if Jason's too close, like to our horse trailer, or in this case, the metal shelter, it blocks whatever cell service we have. So hopefully it gets better.
Yeah. A couple more questions. Actually, a lot of questions came in. Someone says, I love you guys so much, so thank you for that. And, same person said, when will we see a daily vlog?
I don't know if we'll do a daily vlog.
Probably, well, like we could do like a vlog style video, like a full day in the life video. That's what I was reading that as, but I don't know if they meant like.
Oh, I thought they meant like daylight every day.
I'm not sure, but.
Which would be kind of fun. We did that with if that's what they meant. Don't eat the bristles. We did that with the Mustang girls, and that was a lot of it.
Yeah.
Like a daily training series, and I could only keep that up so long, and then it was just too much. But
the filming isn't bad. It's the editing that really slows you down. And but if you meant a day in the life, we need to do one soon, like a full day in the life video out here, especially once we have Honey out here.
Oh,
Here's one with a bunch of red question marks from Ava Greer. Says, would you guys be keeping girls long enough to ride them around at the place you have?
Hi, Marley. I don't know. Probably not. We might keep, like, I don't know, one back and see about doing that. But we haven't really decided, I guess, fully. But I think that would be fun. But also, that means, like, we can't get any more until they go to new homes. So the sooner, like, if we find good homes for them when they're just gentle, then we could get more to then gentle. So that would be the only thing.
Yeah, is anyone on here actually really interested and set up to adopt one of these Mustangs? Because we're thinking about potentially transferring, what is that called? Transferring.
You transfer the adoption, which is a $25 fee. So the next person would actually just, you'd have to be approved through the BLM, and then you would be adopting these girls. So the 1 year would start over, and then you would get the title from the BLM after that. But you can do that and then add on like a training fee. And so you would basically just pay us a training fee for them being gentled, and then a $25 adoption transfer fee.
Gotcha.
From our understanding. We need to check into all the details a little bit more, but we could do that. So then that way we could get these girls, get these girls gentled and rehomed sooner than 1 year, which would be kind of nice and also sad.
Yes, it is also sad.
Because I love sushi.
Chris asks, how tall do you think Cheyenne will get?
Oh, we haven't measured her yet, huh?
No, we haven't, but she's probably ready to be measured.
We need to, I don't know. I bet she's going to be, my guess is like 15.1, 15.2.
Yeah, I would be really surprised if she was under 15. I don't think
Oh,
there's
I
any
don't
way.
think. I think she's
probably already
barely under 15 right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Hey, real quick time out. Show everyone how cool Sue looks with her mane all on one side. We discovered something today.
Look at her neck. I just picture her all like collected up. She would be so pretty.
Good girl.
Here, can we get you to collect your neck a little? People, arch it a little. Oh, so pretty. Yeah. So pretty. Good girl.
She looks kind of cool. It's kind of neat that the curls have like kind of double manes on both sides, but it looks so cool. On one side it's super thick, and then it's also kind of cool to see her brand, I think. That big old
You need
powerful
some more
neck.
brushes on this side?
All
Did you already brush this
right,
side?
I saw another question come in. Hey, Marley, I'm trying to read here. I'm being attacked.
Yeah,
Get out of here.
Marley will do that.
Someone said, have you thought about an toilet incinerator?
I mean, yes, but I think there's probably better solutions than like installing a new toilet in our RV. So, actually the septic people are coming out tomorrow to look at the existing one. And yeah, I think we've got ideas for solutions to that.
We're working through it. It's more of a challenge being a lease property. We can't just like get Western and just do stuff. We need to like run it through all the channels and stuff like that. So it's
You see.
so yeah, there's been a lot of good recommendations, and some of them we'd be real likely to try if it was our own. Oh no, I'm back in the laggy spot, someone said.
I don't know where the tower is.
I don't either.
I feel like it's probably that direction.
But yeah, we are figuring out, some potential options going forward. Maybe even a porta potty type situation. Which
Over the winter.
Huh?
Over the winter.
Yeah, over the winter.
And like right now we can use our living quarters. We just have to haul it into town to dump it, which is a little bit of a pain in the butt, but it's very doable.
Yeah.
We just have to like, don't you paw me. Let's just like put the awning or the slide out in and like make sure everything's put away and stuff like that. So you girls, don't be rude.
Oh shoot, I had another question that I was gonna ask. Oh yeah, so this one's for you guys in the chat. Not so much for Alyssa. Alyssa, you can answer too while people are weighing in. But my question is for everyone in the chat, out of all the Mustangs, and I would do a poll, but on my phone I don't really know how.
Yeah.
So let us know in the chat or comments, who are you most excited to see worked with down here on the new property out of all the Mustangs? So we have Cheyenne, we have Curly Sue, Marley, then we have Honey, who will be here soon, and then the dark horse, Rooster, the OG Mustang.
Yeah.
So who are you guys most excited to see worked with down here on the new property, since we feel like we can see the light at the end of the tunnel? Oh, I see a lot of honeys coming in. Honey, Sue, Honey, Marley. No lagging. Hey, Greg Steinig gave us a $10 super thanks. Says, no question, just enjoy watching you two. Thank you, Greg.
You.
That's awesome. The super thanks are a super nice, fun, extra blessing. For sure.
Booty scratched.
Oh, here's a question from James Brown. Any more snakes? I don't think we've seen any since that last one I made the short of.
No.
Which
I
is
think
nice.
they've kind of dispersed.
Knock on wood.
Knock on wood. Yeah, I think they've kind of dispersed, so that's good.
I told Alyssa when we came out here, this has nothing to do with snakes, but just lagging video. I was like, oh, it'll be fine. It won't be too hot. We'll go stand in the shade because of the shelter. And then I'm lagging anytime I get by that little shade line right there. It's lagging. And so I'm just going to cook out here.
I feel like such a wimp because I don't know how many years ago it was now. Probably 8 years ago. I was doing, if you guys didn't know, I was a taxidermist up until like last year. Anyway, I was working in an uninsulated shop all day in the summertime, and I drank a whole gallon of water, but I think my electrolytes must have got imbalanced. But anyway, long story short, I got super sick. Like, I was running a super high fever. I took a really cold shower, but I was puking like every 15 minutes. Like, I don't know if I got heat exhaustion or like almost borderline heat stroke or what. I was young and stubborn and did not go in for it. I probably should have went in and got like a bag of IV fluids. But anyway, ever since then, oops, sorry, Marley. Usually by the time it hits me, it's too late. And I was down for the count like 2 hours this afternoon. I just get like, I never get migraines other than when I get overheated. And gosh, it's just like all of a sudden, I just get overheated and get a headache and start feeling nauseous. And so that's why I'm wearing sunglasses and trying to stand in the shade because I already got overheated today.
Oh man, someone said they lost us for a little bit. Maybe I moved too much. Let us know if we're back. Sorry about that, guys.
Long story short, I'm a wimp in the heat.
All right, here's another question. This one, oh, a bunch just came in. It's from Eden. It says, did you guys used to have a Maverick horse trailer? I'm thinking of getting one, and I'm wondering if you think they are nice.
They are nice. We did have one. We actually bought a brand new one. We were doing our Dave Ramsey thing. We were getting mules and horses again, and we saved. We went and bought a brand new, I think a 3-horse is what we got. Bumper pole. Yes, bumper pole. And we liked it. I will say, like, I don't know how much this matters, but I rode in it one time just because I was curious how loud it was. And oh my gosh, they are so loud for like your horses. I couldn't believe how loud it was and how much vibration there was in it. So anyway, if that matters, that was my only, and we got like the base model. So maybe if you got one with, I think they do one with like mats on the walls. This one did not have mats on the walls, and Clyde figured out he could paw the wall of the trailer. This is back when Clyde was much more of a punk. But I was hauling him to a Ty Owens clinic and going through road construction. I was stopped and the whole trailer was shaking, and Clyde, because I was hauling Clyde by himself and he was not happy about it. And it was so loud. Like I could hear it inside the cab, like just goosh, 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 goosh on the side of that trailer. And he even made some dents in it. He was pawing it so hard, so because it didn't have mats. So I was like, I'm never getting another trailer without mats on the side. Which I think our new trailer doesn't have mats on the side, so there you go. But what are you doing, you weirdo?
Here's a good question. So I saw someone said the one they're most excited for us to work with is the Kiger mare. And then this question from Martha came in. It says, will the Kiger mare and her filly be separated at some point after you've had them to adjust to your new place?
Yes. Hopefully these girls can go out in the dry lot, and then we really hope that Callisto's filly, which still does not have a name, could either go out with these two girls in the dry lot, or eventually, she's pretty friendly, so hopefully it won't take her too long to get halter broke and stuff. She could go in with like Mesa Clyde Marley in the big pen over here. And then we would have Callisto in one corral, and we would still have like this bigger corral to like work everyone in if we wanted to, like bring these girls in and do some work with them if we wanted to start like saddling them and stuff like that. So they're still 2, so they're pretty young as far as riding, but we could definitely start like putting a saddle on them and just starting to do that kind of work with them.
Here's a question from Rafael Torres. It says, only asking because I've seen other trainers do it, but why did you guys decide to start training your Mustangs with more of a liberty style versus put a rope on them to teach pressure and release faster? You can start, Alyssa, but I have some to add probably.
It's just a different style. Like, I think definitely roping them can get it done faster. In some really sensitive Mustangs though, I've also seen it kind of causes them to be pretty stressed out, and we don't mind if it takes an extra few days or an extra week. It just seems like you can kind of build their confidence and their trust up more to us. And so yeah, it's just a different style, but we really, I don't know, I guess I kind of just enjoy knowing that they're like ready for that halter before I put it on them. I don't feel like I have to like, I guess, like force it on them, if that makes sense.
Yeah, the only thing I was gonna say is we really want to focus on building like trust and kind of a partnership right off the bat versus using kind of more of a forceful way. Roping isn't necessarily bad, but we just choose to kind of try and build that partnership right off the bat and go at their pace a little bit versus forcing on them.
And there's a lot of really good horsemen that like that rope horses, and actually like Rooster and stuff. Like I've done work roping Rooster just to get him like safer around ropes. So like as he's in a corral, like rope a foot and teach him how to lead by that and stuff. So it definitely has a place, and I think it's a great tool to use. And people that are really efficient with a rope, like they can get a lot done with a horse really quickly with a rope. So I have no problem with people roping horses if it's done in, you know, a good way for the horse. And the good horsemen we follow, they, you know, are teaching that horse pressure and release and releasing when the horse gives and stuff like that. It's not like a forceful thing at all. So I really have no problem with roping them. I just don't have a horse I can rope off of. And if you're not skilled roping, bad things can happen very quickly. So you just have to be really careful.
Shakina says, when is Honey coming out?
So we have 6 more posts that need to be pounded in. The ground out here is extremely rocky. Like even the post pounder, if the post hits a rock, then it gets really, the post can get crooked, and we even like splintered part of a post from hitting a rock. So that being said, we don't want to dig it by hand. Also, it's rocky, but it's also very sandy and dusty at the same time, so it'd be really hard to tamp posts in. So we're waiting for our neighbor. He should be out tonight.
Yeah.
That's the plan. He's going to come out with his Montana post pounder, which is so slick, on his skid steer, and pound in those last, leave her alone for a second, pound in those last 6 posts. We didn't want Honey to be out here for that because it's just very loud, and it's going to be right next to her corral, and we don't want to add a bunch of stress to Honey's like first couple days being out here. So as soon as that loud noise is done with, then we'll finish the rails in Honey's pen, and then we'll be ready for her to come out here. But yeah, that's the main thing we're waiting on, just so she doesn't have to endure that. Like, I don't think she'd try to jump out, but it would just be super, super loud right next to her. It'll be a little bit further away from these girls because it's the far pen, so they'll be a ways from it. And they're pretty chill, if you can't tell.
So here's a question we get a lot. It's from Patricia. It says, this sort of question, and we get a lot. It says, remembering how freaked out Honey was in the trailer on the way home, and she isn't even halter trained yet. How the heck, without her training being set back? So I'm assuming this question is just, are we worried about Honey having a setback when we haul her out here? That's what I'm taking that as.
Oh, don't rip her.
And my answer is, yeah, it's something like we definitely think about. But if we really thought that it was going to be a major significant setback, we wouldn't do it. We would just keep her there and keep working with her. That being said, Honey has made huge strides. Last night was the best night I've ever seen of Honey. and we were just hanging out with her. We weren't filming. I was just sitting out there in my shorts and my sandals and watching Alyssa hang out with Honey, and she was in her shorts working on her farmer tan a little bit. And anyway, Honey was just being so sweet and just dying for affection and just would not let Alyssa leave her alone. So I think we have the tools set up that even if it is a little bit nerve-wracking getting in the trailer and making the ride down here, that once we get here and she's unloaded, she'll come right back to loving Alyssa and loving scratches and that type of thing.
I think so too. I think she's at the point now where we've like established enough of like a baseline trust with her that she'll probably have a little bit of a setback, I'm sure, and it's a new environment, so she'll take some time to adjust, but hopefully it won't last more than just a couple days before she really settle back in. It'll also be nice because Honey is pretty weird about other equines, and so this is a good way to start introducing her into a herd, because she'll be able to be next to them and see them, but like there's a gap between the corrals, so no one can try to like kick each other through a panel and end up kicking a panel or getting stuck in one, like whatever horses can do. Seems like if there's a possible way they'll get hurt, they'll figure it out to get hurt. So anyway, this is a pretty safe setup for Honey to then start kind of integrating into a herd, which would be really nice because it would be great if Honey was social.
Oh, it's going to be awesome. She's going to be probably next door, huh?
Yep. Yeah, she'll be in that middle.
So Honey's going to be right here. And so you can see there's just a little gap in between, and that'll be her pen right there. So she'll have buddies even closer, and we'll be buzzing around in the side-by-side and stuff, and it's just going to be a really nice setup. So we're excited. I saw a question come in twice. Oh man, lots of good name ideas from Ellie Yinger. Thank you. I'm trying to get back to the question that I saw come in twice. Okay, so it was from Eden, and it is kind of one we actually get frequently. It's, what do you think of the Clinton Anderson training method?
Like, I think it has its place. So when I was growing up, my mom went to a Clinton Anderson clinic. I was probably like 11 at the time with her mare, and her mare was pretty pushy and pretty kind of dangerous. Like she was, sorry, there's a bee over there and it's buzzing around. Little honeybee. She was really herd bound. Anyway, she just, in a lot of ways, was a pretty dangerous horse. And so she went to a Clinton Anderson clinic, and it really helped my mom and her mare. So I've seen it do a lot of good. Like, I think probably with that mare, like she could have gone to a lot of different clinicians and it would have helped. And, but that was kind of my introduction to it. So I didn't really mind it. I've also seen it not be great. And mostly through people who like learned from Clinton and then have like continued the method, and maybe just aren't doing it well. So it's not necessarily a reflection of his training, I don't think. It's just like that particular person maybe shouldn't be working with horses, and unfortunately they chose his name to like then train horses under.
Well, I mean, I'll tell you something I don't like about Clinton Anderson.
That he doesn't allow mules in his clinic?
Well, yeah, I definitely don't like that at all. That just solidified the fact that I don't like the guy. It's like, if you don't like mules, I don't like you. And I'm kind of serious. Like, that sounds like a joke. But if you don't like mules, you're not my kind of person, that's for sure. Okay, but it's like a ton of pressure and almost like borderline aggression with it, and not a lot of like true release. I don't feel like, and I haven't watched it a lot because we're not a like big follower of Clinton Anderson, but that's from what I've seen, that's kind of the case.
Rough on your nose.
But we definitely don't want to bash anyone. He can get way more done with the horse than I can. So like, let's be clear about that. He's like reining horses, he gets way more done. So I'm not going to bash him, but that's why we chose to go a different route, or at least a piece of the reason why we chose to follow people like Ty Evans and Buck Brannaman. Yeah,
it's like there's so many clinicians out there. You can only follow and learn from so many, and he's just not one we chose to learn from. I don't know if you guys have seen his React videos. He's pretty harsh. A lot of the stuff he says is not necessarily wrong, but also it's like, I don't know. I like I like people like Ty Evans, where he tries to stay really, really positive, and he doesn't like to talk or like badmouth people to make a point. And so I would rather spend my time around those type of people instead of ones that are doing the opposite.
100%. So. Well said. Moving on.
Yeah.
Here's a really nice comment from Jen Humphrey, who gave us a $10 super thanks. So thank you so much for that, Jen. Says, you two are so inspirational, and I'm so excited that you all are making your dreams come true. So thank you. We have been very blessed, and we try to just keep going even when we're tired or discouraged.
Yes.
And we just keep getting blessed over and over again. So
that's true.
It's awesome, and I really appreciate your encouragement and your added support. So thank you. Real quick, I want to show you guys while everyone is taking a pee break over here.
There's like a puddle over there. That's their pee spot.
That's their
sure.
spot, apparently.
Hi, you're back.
I want to show you guys my least favorite part of this whole round pen shelter combo. Alyssa, can you guess what it is?
The crooked pole. Crooked post.
I didn't even notice a crooked post.
The one that shattered and
yeah,
drives you crazy.
That's my second least favorite thing. This is the thing that drives me nuts, right there. I don't even know if you can see it.
Big pole and little pole?
Yeah, we got some of these rails are just absolute chunkers, like humongous, like a full-blown tree. And then the last one we had over here was like just kind of a medium to slightly below average.
It's like half the size.
And so it looks so silly where they come together over there. Real quick, I wanted to say, Francine just gave us a $20 super thanks. And Francine, I wanted to tell you that we were actually talking about you when my mom and dad were here. I'm pretty sure Francine's who gave us the syrup, right?
Yeah, we were saying, because last time they were over, you had sent us that syrup. That was amazing. And so we got to share it with them. And so we had pancakes again, and we're like, we don't even have any of Francine's syrup.
We just have lame American syrup this time.
Yeah, it was so good.
So we were just talking about you, Francine, with my family. So anyways, thank you for the super thanks.
That brings up a point I want to say on here. We have gotten a couple emails of people that have sent stuff to our P.O. box, and it has gotten returned to them. We have no idea why that's happening. It was not us that returned it. So some people thought we returned it because we didn't want it. And that's not true at all. We never got it. I have no idea what happened. So we're working on getting a new P.O. box at a different post office.
We have a new P.O. box.
We do. We need to just, so anyway, if you have something that's gotten returned and you feel like trying to send it again, we'll give you our new P.O. box, and hopefully that doesn't happen anymore, because we sincerely apologize if your stuff got returned. It was not us like being ungrateful and sending it back.
Not at all.
No,
we never saw it, never knew it was here until some people emailed us and let us know, but we have a new one. So real quick, I wanted to say, someone said flip that top rail around so that like the big end is over there. Well, Doc Holliday, let me tell you the troubles of being semi on the spectrum.
You can't do that.
We can't do that because here's what we do. We go every single post starts small end on this side, big end on that side, small end on that side, big end on that side, and all the way around.
You can't flip one around.
And if we flip that around, that might bother me even more. But that is a good idea. That is a valid point. And honestly, since it's we could probably do that and it wouldn't bother me too much, but I would know in my head.
Maybe, well, that's too much work. I was gonna say maybe we could just move that one over and move those two down. We'll think on it.
Yeah. Yeah, so anyways, it doesn't bother me too much. It's very functional. This, Alyssa, you're 6 feet tall. Go stand next to that panel for me. I'm not gonna move very far because I don't want it to start lagging again.
Hup.
Look at that. That's a solid 7-foot Mustang pen right there. Probably more.
These are in the dirt a little tiny bit, like they sunk a little bit, but they're 6 foot to here is like where they must measure them.
Yeah.
So the top rail's a little bit shorter, but we were planning regardless of putting another rail up. So anyway.
Yeah, we love this round pen. What do you guys think of the view here real quick? I'm gonna turn very slowly so that I don't lag. I'm super excited for filming. I'll be able to sit in the shelter and film with the mountains out there, and it is going to be really, really enjoyable. I hope people enjoy getting to see the mountain views and Alyssa working her magic with the Mustangs. It'll be kind of fun. Someone asked me actually a while back, I don't remember who it was, said, how's training with Cheyenne going? And we basically just both hang out with all of them right now. We've been so busy, we haven't done a lot of like just really like strict like sessions with them. We just kind of do this with them for now, just kind of hang out with them. And Alyssa put the halter on Cheyenne several times, and a good trick that Alyssa was utilizing, because Cheyenne would get a little nervous when the noseband would go over her nose and she would run away. So Alyssa would very slowly put on a rope halter and just take her time, get the first one on, and then she would practice putting on a second halter over that one.
Yeah, a little bigger halter over her like regular horse size halter. So I'd use like a giraffe size, which is what we have to use on some of our very large headed bulls. So it was big enough it could. Oh, you stepped on chicken.
So
yeah,
real quick, I'll say, like, that might sound silly, but the reason is to do that is so that she can't escape. Like, because if you get it halfway on, she escapes. You get it halfway on, she escapes. You get it halfway on, she escapes.
Turns into
You're
a
teaching
habit.
her how to escape. So once you get one on, you can just practice haltering with the other one, and then she can't get away and get away from that pressure. You can just kind of grab onto that halter that was already on there. So it was a cool tip or a cool trick that I thought I would share, because I was like, oh, that was a great idea.
Well, Jason was wrangling his nieces. I snuck away and was able to do some good sessions with mostly Sue and Cheyenne and Marley. I would do a little bit with, and then put her on the high line while I was working with the other girls, so they would all get some. And Marley got to go walk around while the girls were being crazy in their pool and stuff like that. That was kind of Marley's sessions. But yeah, that's been probably about a week ago, and we haven't got to do a lot more than just hang out with them for the last week, just because we've been busy trying to get them here. So it's gonna be so great when Honey's over here, and we'll just be able to like go work with them every single day, and yeah, it'll be awesome.
Yeah, it's going to be nice once we get set up here. And Kim Kelso just said something along those lines, like driving 3 hours a day and editing and taking care of animals is exhausting. Like, we're going to have to take a day off or something after we get done.
I did take a nap yesterday.
Yeah, that was great. And someone asked what our favorite electrolyte mix is, because we were talking about getting dehydrated and overheated. And it's funny because you guys know, we almost partner with no one, like as far as sponsorships and stuff. But we only do, like, for example, Murdoch's is one because they're such a perfect fit. But we actually recently got to partner with Element, which is just the letters LMNT, and they are awesome. They have like kind of like a salt electrolyte drink mix that we really like, and we've been using it lately. So you'll see we're gonna do 2 ads with them, one in July here really soon and one in August, and we're really thankful to work with them. So Element is who we really like, and that's not because we're partnered with them, that's just because we like them, and that's why we partnered with them.
Yes.
All right, moving on to question from Mamukas. It says, are you guys familiar with Steve Young Horsemanship YouTube channel? He helps people with problem horses really fast. Maybe you could get some tips from him. Not that you really need it. I want to add something before we get Alyssa's thoughts. A lot of, this isn't the case with everyone, but I will say a lot of YouTube channels, and I don't even know if Steve Young does this, so this might be totally invalid, but they'll post like the whole makeover in one video or maybe 5 videos or whatever. And so then it definitely appears to be really fast, but when you post daily videos, it definitely doesn't appear to be very fast. So that's kind of part of it. And speed is also not really our priority. I'm being sandwiched by Mustangs right now. Can you see this? 2 big booties. Speed is not our priority. Our priority is building a relationship with these guys and a solid foundation that will transition over to like a bunch of other people, hopefully in the future.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'll let you go, Alyssa, because that question was for you, not for me.
We haven't watched a ton of Steve Young. Again, we kind of have the people that we like learn from in person and over here, and so we just really haven't watched a lot of him.
He seems like a good dude, though,
He
right?
seems like a good dude. I don't even know if I've watched a full video of his. A lot of people mention him. I've heard all different opinions, so I don't know. I don't have one personally. But to the point that Jason's making, if you're like a horse trainer and you're trying to sell courses and clinics and stuff like that, like you have to be reputable and you have to build up a reputation and you need to show your results. And so in a lot of cases, you're not showing when it doesn't work out, and you're not showing when it takes longer, and you're not showing the stuff that might not be like pleasing to a large audience, even though like that's what needs to be done with horses.
Yeah.
And our channel is very different, and we try to show what it's really like to work with horses, and we want to show everything with Mustangs, because like it would be pretty easy just to show a highlight reel and for people to be like, oh, Mustangs are so easy, and I could totally do that, and then people get in over their head and that horse ends up in a bad situation because he got passed down and it ended up who knows where. So like starting our channel, we really wanted to show like the real process, and that it takes a ton of time and a ton of patience. And some horses like Marley are super easy, and some horses like Honey are really challenging. And we've just chosen to show everything this journey, and so the good and the bad, where I feel like a lot of channels we've watched, they just show kind of a highlight reel to like be like, look at this transformation, like Jason's saying. It really took 3 months, but it's like in one video you can be like, here was the issue and now look at the horse.
Yeah.
And they skip a lot of that middle stuff, which they did, and like they had success, but it kind of paints an unrealistic picture of time frame.
Yeah. And I would say it's not even intentionally dishonest. It's just, for one thing, it makes a way better YouTube video if you do like the full transformation. Like it's way more likely to get a lot of views than if you do like the slow progress. But at least for now in our lives, we're just committed to just showing the slow progress and the lifestyle and kind of that type of thing. Oh yeah, someone said Nate Eicher, and we actually do. We have watched a lot of Nate Eicher. We're big fans of him too.
I do feel like he shows a lot more of like the whole process too, like that I really appreciate. Like he shows when it's not going perfectly. Like he shows when, you know, things don't go perfectly. So I do enjoy watching him because he seems very like, he tries to keep it real, which I like.
Yep. And I feel like, I don't know, we don't want to have any kind of negative undertones. Like
No.
people who have built a YouTube channel is like a massive undertaking, and it's super challenging, and they've built it and they have the right to utilize it however they want. And it's not like our way is better or more pure or anything like that. This
Nope.
is just the way we've chosen to frame it. And so like we root for all the horsemen and all the horses. So
And whoever
What
you
this thing.
like learn from and is helping you with your horse, like that's great. If it's Quentin Anderson or Steve Young or Nate Eicher
Yeah.
or someone else we haven't mentioned, like I am all for it. So if it's helping you and your horse have a better relationship and like be safer, that's awesome.
yeah. Let's see. All right. Any other questions, guys? This has been actually fun. I've missed a lot of questions that come in while we're answering other questions. Oh, here's one I see from Alt X. It says, "Do you think that the three girls will still have the same demeanor if adopted separately?"
Yes, I do.
I definitely think so. Like Marley's been like this from day one, and actually, I mean, Cheyenne is the only one that I could see at least at first, like right now, not probably when we find her home, but having some stranger danger. These other two are like, give me scratches now. Like, look at this thing.
Like Sue has some things she's definitely worried about, like objects. She's not as confident around like new objects. But like the girls were like climbing up on the panels over the top of Sue's inside. They're outside, but they're like climbing up the panel. Sue's just eating her hay and she could care less. And they're like braiding her mane through the panel and stuff like that. And she's just like, whatever, I don't care. So yeah, she's pretty good around new people. We had some other people come over and look at them yesterday just for fun. And they were all like, oh, hey, how's it going? Nice to meet you. So they're pretty chill. It almost feels like it wants to rain. That would be amazing.
Oh, that would feel so good. Let's see. Here's a question from Muscles AKL. Says, when does
Nice
Marley
name.
get to go in with a few of the others? You mentioned it the other day.
Yeah, we mentioned it
Maybe tonight.
earlier. I think maybe today. We'll probably go do that right after this, actually.
Yeah.
Marley's asleep right now.
And Jill asked, when are we going to Ellensburg to get the Kigers?
I'm not sure yet. We haven't set a date. We have another something we haven't told you guys about coming, and so we might have to work around that schedule.
What? I don't even.
Yes, you do.
You
You
didn't
know.
even tell me about it.
No, you know.
Oh no.
He does know. He knows we actually have already talked about it today multiple times, so
Oh.
he knows.
But okay.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm tracking.
yeah.
Not to be cryptic or anything.
No,
but
so
Alyssa has secrets.
I have secrets. Anyway, that'll be fun to show you guys that. And so that it depends on that.
So don't forget to like and subscribe, as they say, because we got fun stuff coming.
We do.
But I mean, realistically, Jill, to answer your question, probably in August sometime. Did you already say that, Alyssa?
Yeah, no, I didn't.
That's what we're hoping, and it'll also depend on their current owners. We'll have to coordinate with
Yes.
them and figure out what works for them. But we're thinking hopefully sometime in August. Oh, and this is a good question from Roy Bolt. It says, are these chewing girls missing something in their diet? And they're just scratching each other. They weren't actually, I mean, they could probably break out some hair that way, but they were just scratching each other. A lot of times they get itchy on their mane. Show them where Honey is always itchiest real quick.
Honey is like super itchy right here. Are you itchy? Yeah, Sue says I'm a little itchy right there.
Says, oh, that feels nice.
And right here, are you itchy right there?
And so they'll oh, they were just kidding. You never know, Roy
Yeah.
Bolt. We get all kinds of comments. And we don't
so-
judge either.
No,
but
because a lot of people
sometimes-
don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But yeah, they're just itchy. Yeah, we get all kinds of comments and stuff like that.
You're so pretty, Susu. What a big
People are
girl.
talking about horsemen in the comments, I think. Here's a question from Alexandria Andrews. Says, will your landowners allow you to put a manufactured home on the property? I heard you talking about your waste woes. No fun. Yeah, no fun is right. But
We'll step on that.
we're going to figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. I don't think we need to go the manufactured home route. At least not at this point. So we have talked about maybe buying like a park model RV. That would just be a lot more space. A lot of those, they have like washers and dryers in them and a full-size fridge and are like 4 seasons, which, you know, give or take, they still need to be, you still need to be careful in winter, but be better than what we have. So I don't know. We haven't fully decided what we want to do. For now, we can still use our restroom in our trailer. We just have to haul it into town, which is not a big deal, really, to dump. It's just kind of a pain. So we have to put the bump out in and secure everything and hook up and move it and stuff like that. But I mean, it's not the end of the world. And we only need to do that about once a week.
Yeah.
If we're both living full time in there and like taking long showers and not being careful about our water and stuff. So, so we were not without a bathroom. We just thought we could hook it up and just like have a dump right there, which sounds like we still might be able to. They just need to check into the septic and make sure it's a working system. It's just really old. So
Yeah. Here's a question from Roxanne. Oh, first, Jill said, I want to get you, she wants to get us their phone number. Do you have Jill's phone number?
I don't think I did get your phone number.
Maybe
Jill.
shoot us an email, Jill, if you it's on our homepage.
I'll
right?
check, but I don't remember if we did exchange phone numbers.
But we would like that too, Jill. That'd be great to see you guys.
Yes.
Here's a question from Roxanne. It says, are there any special steps that you take to make sure that all of your horses are safe when you introduce a new equine to the group? That's a great question.
Yeah, we really put a lot of thought into like who's going to get along with who, and then I like to be in there and watch everyone and kind of protect the new equine from the others and make sure everyone looks like they're going to get along before we just like let them all loose together, because, and even still, you know, horses do dumb things and get hurt, but yeah, there's definitely some horses that were like, okay, they're probably going to clash with this horse, and so just we try to observe that and not put those two together, at least not right away.
Yeah.
So, and it's kind of nice if you don't like dump a new one in the entire herd right at once. If you like have one or two that you're like, these are gonna be good to start the introductions, and then you can kind of add more as they get comfortable, instead of like Marley, I'm not gonna like feed her to the wolves and just be like, here you go,
Yeah.
have fun with everyone. So
The
yeah.
other nice thing is to have a lot of space. Like if you put them
Yes.
in somewhere tight, it could get sketchy.
Yes.
But if they have space, and one does go to kicking or being aggressive or whatever, that way the other one can just kind of move off and keep their distance.
Yeah.
And along those same lines, crud, I lost who said it, but a couple people have said, I think it was, I can't find it. Anyways, someone asked, have we thought of putting Marley in with Honey? Putting them in together.
I mean, like, have we thought about it? Yes, but the answer is no, because Honey is, I don't know the right word to use. She's pretty uninterested in other equines, but she also gets pretty defensive, and I think maybe feed time would be a really big issue, and Marley is much smaller than Honey.
And passive.
And very passive, and all it would take is one kick from Honey, and it could easily really, really injure Marley, and that would be very devastating. So
the thought makes a lot of sense, where you would put a scared horse with a horse that's really friendly and confident.
yeah.
And I mean, there's a chance that it could help, but in our mind, it's not worth the potential cost of, Marley getting walloped or something like that. So, okay, let's see. I saw another question. Oh, crud.
Is it in your mane? It smells good, huh? It's like apricots.
This is a nice comment. It's from Fire Takes All. It says, why don't people understand that you two are very smart and don't need suggestions about fencing, horse training, and setting up your residence? We appreciate that sentiment, Fire Takes All. And at the same time, we do appreciate suggestions. We, on this channel and in life, we're always just blatantly honest, like, hey, if you have pointers for us, let us know. If we don't like it, we just won't do it, And so we appreciate you saying that. And Alyssa is smart. I am I just keep going, even despite
I feel like a lot of our family kind of does the same thing, and by the time we bring up something, I have probably thought of every potential option and bad scenario and good scenario, and I'm like a very critical overthinker, and I spend a lot of time, sometimes at like 2 a.m, waking up and thinking of every option. And so like everyone's toilet suggestions, it was like, well, yep, we've thought of a lot of them. I still appreciate the sentiment though, because people are just trying to help out, and they don't know that we have already thought about a lot of this stuff before mentioning it and stuff.
And I would still say that they should send those, because like, what if we hadn't? Like, there's a chance
like
that
there
we
was
hadn't.
a suggestion the other day with Honey, because I want to start introducing the halter to her with kind of what I'm already doing, and someone was like, hey, you should use like a stiff circular, whether it's like a piece of a lariat rope or like something actually, whatever, plastic or whatever, like a small hula hoop or something, to put her nose in, because holding a rope halter open to try to get her to like learn to put her nose in, or maybe even use it like a stiff halter, would be easier. But with our little flimsy rope halters, it would be hard to like hold that open and try to teach her that. And anyway, so they're like, what if you use something a little stiffer at first? And I was like, that's a great suggestion.
Marley needs to stop eating the shavings.
Why are you eating shavings? Don't eat shavings. Those are not food. So we appreciate everyone's comments. And even if we're already like, nope, thought of that, I still appreciate the sentiment and people mentioning it.
And taking time out of their day to type something up.
Definitely. And commenting helps our video. So we appreciate you taking the time to comment regardless of what you have to say. So.
Yeah. Real quick, I see 2 good questions here that I don't want to forget. First one, do we have a limit on number of horses that we would have? I would say we're kind of, at least once we have the Kigers, we're at our upper limit.
Yeah.
I do want to also say, we were just talking, like, so far, like this lease, it's so much in development that really all we're leasing right now, until we got this pen set up, all we were leasing is 2 1-acre dry lots. So it's like, that's temporary. Like this is a massive property. It's just with fencing projects, arena projects and stuff, it's like, it feels smaller than it is. So we're not always going to be this cooped up. We're going to have 3 big pastures with good grass. I think it's like 2 30-acre pastures and 1 80-acre pasture is what it is.
Yes.
And
lots of space.
even with all that space, this is still pretty close to our upper limit, even once we have everything all completely set up, other than maybe we might have like a mare or 2 for breeding type thing.
As you guys have noticed, we do live in a very arid climate. And like our other place, we have those nice green fields. It's because we have irrigation. And here, long story short, we really don't have irrigation. Like, we could maybe irrigate a few acres of it at some point, but basically we don't have irrigation on like the big pastures. There's a little bit of kind of sub irrigation from the creek in the one, in 2 of them. But anyway, for the most part, there's no like water. And so we do live in the high desert and things are just very dry and it doesn't rain a lot. So even though it's a big chunk of acreage, we do want to be careful with how many horses we let out on the pastures. We don't want to overgraze the pastures. We want to make this place better, not worse. And so like people were commenting about the dry lots, and we had like mentioned in our video, we're like, well, this grass isn't gonna last long, and then people were like shocked. And it's like, yeah, once it's grazed, like it's gone for the year, because unless you get a lot of rain, like thunderstorms, there's no water for it to regrow. So yeah, we have to be careful how many horses we do let out grazing on this stuff, because it's kind of a delicate system. Oh, don't be mean. That was so rude. Why?
Okay, here's the other question that I didn't want to forget, and I'm proud of myself for remembering. It's from Sweet Valley Family Farm. It says, if someone adopts a gentled Mustang from y'all, would they have to have the 6-foot corral, or could they just be on pasture? That's a great question, because we're not, like Marley's about to not be in a 6-footer.
I actually don't know the answer to that. Like technically, the BLM would require you to have the 6-foot panel. Someone might know on here, and if you do, let us know. Or we might miss it, but let everyone else know. It's something we have to check into. I kind of feel like you still have to meet all the adopter requirements, so you would have to have a 6-foot fence. Would they need it by the time we adopted them out? No. So like you could probably put 5-foot panels up on some cinder blocks and make it a 6-foot fence and have the requirements met. And then you would be like, sweet, now they're here, they're gentle, out to the pasture they go, kind of thing, you know, once they're settled in. So I don't really know, like, as far as BLM requirements, I think it's actually an adoption, so I think you need to meet all the requirements.
Yeah.
But for them specifically, I would say no, they're not going to need 6-foot fences.
Yeah. And here's a question from Coy, and it's a question that we've been asking a lot lately. It is, are you going to be able to ride soon? That's a great question.
Please. Yes. Yes, we're just going to make it happen. We have been busy. I'm saying that. I feel like I've said that every time we've talked to you guys. But once Honey is here, we do not have to drive back and forth like every single day. And yes, the chickens are coming too. We have some people were asking on the last video. We have it was for truckers. It'll work for the chickens for now. I think we'll work on something for winter, because it's not great for winter. But anyway, I'm not gonna get into that part. We're gonna bring the chickens and Honey, and then we'll be here full time. So that will be great. I don't have an attitude while I'm right here. And then we get a ride a bunch. We were just talking about that, how I don't know at what point. At first we thought it was gonna be like mid-June, we're gonna have all of them over here, and here we are mid-June, but or July, sorry. But we're like, we need to just take like 2 weeks and ride a bunch.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's high on our priority list for sure. We're excited about it. It's kind of funny. Like we get plenty of horse time, just not a lot of saddle time lately.
Yes.
It's a quote unquote problem that we've created by adopting these 3 specifically.
We, for the last, I don't know how many years, like we are always trying to like do things so that our future is better, and we're like, next year next year we're going to be able to ride a bunch. Next year we're going to be able to do whatever. Fill in the blank. But I really feel like us this time being like next year is true because like we'll be settled here. Everyone, we have our like Mustang corral set up. Everyone's set up.
All the pastures will be ready to be grazed.
All the pastures can be grazed. Like we'll have a barn full of hay. I actually found someone like 2 miles down the road that has a bunch of really nice hay for sale. I'm so excited. He can deliver it and stack it. So that's a huge like relief. And so we'll have a barn full of hay, and we'll be doing this full time. We've never had a full year yet where we're doing this full time and like not trying to finish up other things for other people, whether it's taxidermy or like editing for other people and stuff. So this coming year is going to be the first year we're just totally 100% self-employed, doing our own thing. And I've told Jason, I'm like, we need to like sit down and make a schedule for the year and like block out like during this whole month we're just gonna go ride. Like this is when we're gonna adopt a Mustang. This is when we're gonna do whatever. We'll see how that actually works out. In theory, it sounds good, but you know how life is. But yeah, long story short, again, we're gonna make a lot of time to ride and do really fun things next year.
Yes. Okay, we're gonna do some quick hitters because we're gaining on an hour and I am getting way behind on questions. How big is the round pen for the Mustangs? This one is 40 feet. Those two are about 30 feet. This one's from Eva. It says, would it be feasible to put a track system for grazing? I love track systems.
Track systems are awesome. However, it would cost thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to do a track system here.
It just doesn't lay out super great.
It doesn't lay out super great, and it's such a big property. Like even if you ran a little poly wire, it would cost a lot of money to do that.
Yeah. Moving on, since we're doing a round of quick hitters so I can catch up. Jet Set JP says, is Honey all by herself at the old property? Well, she is the last of our horses there, but her best bud named Munch is still right next door, which is like, I don't know, 10 yards away at the most.
Yeah, people have been concerned about Honey each time we move our other horses, but Honey actually couldn't even really see our other horses. Like Taz would be in the back pasture, and he would go up to see Honey, and Honey always would just stand on the opposite side of the corral as him. So she's a little bit antisocial, but also she could barely see these horses through the fence. So like when we took them,
Stop eating that, you guys.
She didn't whinny. She didn't like do anything. I don't even know if she knows they're gone, honestly. So she does have a horse right next to her, and that's her buddy. And he is a 20-year-old-ish, we don't really know, roan named Munch. He's very cute. He coughs and farts so loud it cracks me up. Like, I think the cough makes him fart, but it is like explosive, and it scares the daylights out of me when I'm working with Honey.
This is supposed to be quick hitters, but that was a good addition, babe. The coughing and farting horse was a good addition.
Oh my gosh.
Good job.
Startles me every time.
Oh, okay. Okay, here's a question from Blissful Acres Linda. How much are one of those big bales, if you don't mind me asking? Great question.
So the ones in the barn are $110 a piece is what we paid for those. They're 800 pounds. The ones we will be getting are 1,250 pounds, and I think they penciled out to be like around 150 a bale.
Yeah. Here's one from Serenity, and I got behind again, sorry guys, but it says, I was asking if either one of you guys have a favorite equine, like an ultimate favorite. Mine is probably a Kiger mule, which I'm sure there's one out there, but I've never seen one in real life.
Does she mean just in general, or does she mean ours?
No, in general.
Okay.
Because I saw her previous comment, and it said, like, talking about, like, Kigers and this and that.
No, I don't.
You don't have one? My other one would be
all horses.
A really cool Appaloosa. Ever since I was a little kid, I thought Appaloosas were the coolest. I always called them ugly horses because of their, like, modeling on their
mane and tail.
Yeah, they're modeling on their lips and eyes and stuff like that. And so my mom still jokes around that I always like the ugly horses, but they're just Appaloosas, and I think they're cool. I like that, like, kind of, I don't know, native look to them. Yeah, Kevin Ackerman says, your mules want to take you for a ride up in those nice mountains. Go mules.
They really do. I don't know about Riata, but Clyde, I feel so bad for Clyde. He like comes over the fence every time we walk by, and he's just like, can I go? Are we going? What are you guys doing? So
Here's another
me sad.
question that we get a lot, and it is, what are we going to do with our other property? Remember, these are
That
quick
is a
hitters. I
good
see you taking a breath.
question. The plan right now is to sell it next springish, summerish.
Yep, going into like the next summer, we want to sell
We're a
it.
little late this year. We have
Yeah.
some projects to do, so.
Yeah, Curly doing horse yoga back there.
Marley.
That one's actually Marley. It's hard to tell on here. But Marley, that's her favorite thing to do, and it stresses me out. She reaches under the
Like,
panels.
don't get your head stuck.
Yeah.
She doesn't. She's very smart about it, but.
Here's a question from Patriot Gallery. It says, wintertime in the mountains, it will be very, very cold. You are on a flat plain. Have you thought of a windbreak for the really cold winters around the pastures, corrals, your living quarters? It does drift in this country. But I mean, for the horses, the shelters are the windbreak. For
Yep.
us, it's like the driveway kind of blows in here, we've been told. And so we haven't really thought of one for us. We're going to
Well,
put the trailer in the
yeah.
shop shell up there.
Yeah,
in
so that'll
that
be in the
way.
shop, so that'll cut
We
down on
don't
the
die.
wind. And, but like some people had suggested porta potties, or maybe can someone come out and pump your septic, and maybe, but the driveway does drift in. So if it lined up right where the driveway was drifted and they needed to come pump it, you'd see the complication there. So
Yeah.
I'm not sure yet on that.
Okay, real quick. Super, super nice. Blissful Acres just gave us $150
Oh, wow.
super thanks and says enough for one. So thank you so much. That is
Thank
amazing.
you. That helps a ton. We, yeah.
We
just
appreciate
added
that more than you know.
how much the next load of hay is going to be. We're like, oh, wow.
That's so nice. Thank you.
Thank you. We appreciate that. That was really nice.
Yeah, honestly, like, okay, so real quick, talking about a load of hay, it's because of you, literally, all of you guys watching, that we get to live this life. Like,
Yes.
this is all we do, and it's a little bit scary, but look at that, how good Cheyenne's doing.
She's so
But
good.
anyways, to stay on track, like, you guys just watching our video
Girl,
and,
you're so
you know, hitting like or even not hitting like, it's like, that's the reason that we can afford hay for these girls and our mules and everything. So
Yes.
we appreciate you guys watching and being fans and leaving comments and just like watching these lives and hanging out with us, even though we're just chilling with the horses. It literally has changed our life, and we like absolutely couldn't do it without you guys. So we really do appreciate you all, like, very sincerely. Speaking of buying hay, James Brown says, when does the Mini get there?
I would have 10 by now if I could.
Don't encourage her. No, minis are adorable, but we're one of these days we're gonna strive for a little bit of simplicity in our life.
So overrated.
Okay. Oh, here's a good question from Eden. It says, what's your favorite Mustang HMA? That's tough. Twin Peaks was awesome. The big old drafty
Yeah,
ones.
we had a good experience with Twin Peaks, and I
White
do
Mountain.
like, White Mountain
I'm
has
just
been,
naming off all of ours that we've
been great. They've been really easy. Even like Sue and Cheyenne, who were like a little more like touchy, have been very easy. I do like some of those Wyoming herds, like White Mountain, and one of Jason's favorite is Adobe Town, and Salt Wells is really cool, just because we like those big drafty horses. But then you got like the Kiger HMA and those horses, which are incredible horses too. So I don't know. Again, it's kind of like answering my favorite horse. I think there's great horses in probably every single one. So
real quick, I'm getting mugged
Don't
by
be.
Sue. But
yeah, she wants her butt
someone
scratched.
said, I'm trying to find this, doggone it. I really wanted to address it because someone said they gave a super thanks and I didn't mention it, and I wanted to say their
You didn't
name.
see it?
And
Don't.
yeah,
push
so
me.
anyways, and it said maybe it's the amount that matters, and it's not. We
It's not,
appreciate
no.
anything, like if it is $1 or $0, just being here in the live chat, we appreciate it. So I get a little lagging on my end, and then the comments will just all come flying up. So
Jason's on his phone, and the phone screen is so small, and then unless you're like scrolling, you can only see like 3 comments at a time. So sorry if we miss more when we're doing it this way. On the computer, you can really see, don't be rude. On the computer, you can really see a lot of the comments. It's a big screen, and you can see like a bunch of them come in at once, and you can scroll pretty easy.
Oh,
but
there, I found it.
the phone, it makes it really hard. We miss a lot more on the phone.
I do miss a lot more, and it's just more laggy. So that was Michelle Adams. So thank you, Michelle, so much. I'm sorry I missed it. That honestly makes me feel really bad that I didn't mention and say thank you. So yeah, I
Thank
really
you.
do
Thank you
appreciate
very
it. That
much.
was not intentional.
No.
Okay, couple more questions here since we're way over our normal amount of time. Actually, this is kind of spot on, about an hour.
Yeah.
This is from Alexandria. It says, do you think the age of the girls being much younger led to them being a bit easier? This is a common question we get. They weren't wild as long, wild in quotes, Alexandria said. And that's a super good point. I think there's something to it.
I think in general, like, yes, they tend to be easier. Also, like, young horses tend to be more curious and more open to things, where, you get an older horse that's been out and had to, especially like a mare who's had to defend her foal out in the wild and stuff, I'd see where they'd have a higher self-preservation and not be as willing to trust. That being said, I always bring up this particular situation. A friend of mine adopted a 8-year-old band stallion, and she has pictures of this guy. Sue, don't be rude. Pictures of this guy, like, fighting, like, hard with other, fighting with other studs, like, very violently. And I mean, he had a whole bunch of mares out there, and he was out there for like almost 8 years. I think he was in holding for, I don't know, 8 months, almost a year when she adopted him. And she was riding him in 30 days. Like, he's just been one of the easiest horses. He has some stranger danger even still. But other than that, he like has just been super easy. She's done mounted shooting off of him like within the first year and all kinds of stuff. And he's just been pretty chill and easy to work with. So, and that was a horse that was a stud out in the wild for 8 years.
Yeah.
So I think generally, yes, if they're younger, they're going to be a little bit easier, but also it just is an individual horse thing too. Like Marley, if she had been out there until she was 5, and then I think she probably would have been fairly easy. I'm not going to scratch your butt if you ask that way. Get moving. So your booty is too big to be pushing people with it. I'm glad you're friendly.
Okay, I need to catch up here. So Debbie-kins gave us a $20 super thanks. So thank you so much, Debbie. And says, yeah, Cheyenne has really roamed out so much. And she is so light colored. It's so awesome.
Look at her just hanging out there. She's like, oh, this is nice.
I kind of like that.
Life is nice.
Does it show off my roning? Okay. Oh, I got the wheel of death now. Oh, we're back. I probably lost you guys for a minute. Laura joined our membership channel, and I want to say thank you so much. And then someone asked if we had a PayPal for people to donate to, and we don't. We've talked about, since we do want to have some sort of like a Mustang and mule sanctuary in the future, talked about starting a nonprofit potentially and stuff like that. But right now we're too busy to really dive into that stuff, but it's on our radar for the future. Oh yeah, that was from JR 1568. So thank you for the question and the thought. That is very kind. Then trying to continue to catch up. K Bose gave us $10 super thanks and says, enjoy your videos. Thank you. And yeah, thank you, KBOS. We really appreciate that. Yeah, and someone said, Christina said, wow, 1,000 people on here. So isn't that crazy? There's 1,000 people looking at you petting your horses right now, babe. What do you think of that? Don't love that.
I always try not to look at the number, so thank you for bringing it up, because now I have stage fright and I'm going to go hide in the corner.
We need to end the show now, guys. No. Hey, Larry's on here. How's it going,
I have
Larry?
sunglasses on. I feel like I'm hiding.
Yeah. Yeah, Larry says 1,000. And yeah, I think I had a goal of getting to 1,000 one time, and I think I mentioned it, and just a silly little goal. So that's crazy that we made it.
I one time saw, if you guys follow Katie Van Slyke, she had her like full watch, and I was like, oh, this might be fun. I'll like click on and look. And there was over 40,000 people watching at one time, and it like
40,000.
It like broke it. Like it kicked everyone off. Like, it was too many. It was crazy. So
Maybe that's why I had the spinning wheel of death, because we reached 1,000.
we reached 1,000.
They're like, these guys can't handle 1,000.
That's crazy.
Jill B gave us a $50 super thanks. This is
my
so
gosh.
humbling when this happens, and I get to go through and say thank you to everyone. It literally, like, thank you so much. That you probably don't know how much we appreciate that, because anyway, I don't want to get weird, but it's like,
Yeah.
we are doing this because of you guys. That's why we get to do this. So thank you guys. Anyways, I'll just keep it brief. We really do appreciate it.
You.
Oh no, someone says we're buffering.
Oh no.
Hey, Lee Olson gave us a $20 super thanks. So
Oh my
thank you,
goodness.
Lee.
Guys.
Man, you guys are the best, truly. Look at this. So much love going on. We got,
The other day they were doing this, but I was in the middle of them, so they were like around me. I was like, oh, okay.
oh man.
I appreciate it, but also maybe I don't want to be in the middle of this.
Cheyenne, you gotta get in here.
She's like, I'm good. I'm too pretty.
I'm too pretty for this nonsense. Okay, I think I missed another one, maybe.
These girls are so fun.
They are really fun. They're a real blessing to have. Even though we talk about being too busy to ride and stuff, it's like, wouldn't really trade this time for anything, even though I get stressed out sometimes. Just ask Alyssa.
Jason's never stressed.
Okay. Oh gosh, there was a question from Abby Noodle. Says, has Sue shedded out completely yet? I'm seeing some ripples in her coat that are really cool.
Yeah.
They really show up good depending. I'm gonna move a little.
They're
Hopefully
so-
it doesn't buffer.
Yeah, hopefully it doesn't buffer. She's so dusty right now, but when she's really brushed out, you can see their little ripples. And yeah, especially back here. Like if you look at her from the back, it's like little ripples down.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's totally shed out, so that's just how her coat is. I love her little insides of her ears. Her little curly ears, they're so cute. And her little curly whiskers under here, her little beard hair is like curly, and her little curly fetlocks. Yeah.
Okay. Oh no, that was the question.
Don't push me though.
Oh my.
You can ask nicely.
I got way behind again. Okay. Sue joined Wrangler membership, so thank you so much, Sue. And so did Katie's Kitchen Texas, also joined. We might get to take a road trip to Texas here in the next few weeks.
Yeah.
That's a cool update. I don't know if we've shared that yet.
Well, we've shared a bunch about it, but I don't think we shared that it was going to be done so soon.
Yeah. Our new trailer is going to be done very soon, and we might drive down and get it, or we might see about having it shipped up here since we're so busy.
Yeah.
But we are really excited.
It'd be fun to do a road trip. I just don't know time-wise
Exactly.
if we could do a road trip. If it was a different time of the year, maybe, but yeah, our new stock trailer, which is going to be so nice for Mustangs. I know everyone loves our rust bucket trailer and has all the wonderful things to say about it, but unfortunately, it's going to be replaced. Sorry to tell you guys.
Okay, let's finish on this one because this is getting long, and I'll let you go through one at a time. It says, where are the girls in their training? So can you, Alyssa, go through and just kind of talk about where each of the girls are at in general? Because it depends on the day.
Yeah, Marley is pretty much checked off on her groundwork. She's really getting good with everything. She has started taking walks off the property at our old property. Obviously, they just got here yesterday, day before. Was it yesterday?
Yesterday.
Oh my gosh, all the days. That's crazy. That was just yesterday. So they got here yesterday. She has had the bareback pad on, and she's probably ready to start being saddled, and like maybe we'll just put the little sawbuck on her and start being like ponied up in the mountains. So she's been loaded in the trailer. She hasn't been hauled, like tied in the trailer yet, but she's been loaded in the trailer. Sue is...
Time out. I'm going to do one more question after this because I missed it, and it is for Eden. Eden had a question, so remind me.
Okay. Sue is getting better with her groundwork. She hasn't been let out of the corral yet because if she gets worried, she tends to kind of try to like bulldoze you or bolt away is the biggest thing. So she needs to learn to have a better response to being scared before I like go take her out. But she's doing better. She's pretty worried about objects. So a lot more like tarp work and flag work and stuff like that for her will really help her out. She's definitely getting better, but she just tends to be a little more touchy about that stuff. But her circles are getting good. You guys kind of saw the first initial circling, and she was a little bit like, I don't want to move my feet, but her circles are actually getting really good. And then Cheyenne is like a little slow to get a halter on, but she has started her leading, and for her it's like just being able to touch her all over. Oh, Marley, Sue, been working on picking up all 4 feet. Cheyenne, we've started working on picking up her front feet. I don't think we've tried to pick up her back feet yet.
Nope.
But her front feet, she's doing good with that. She's really not reactive to that. And yeah, just like getting her hair braided and just working on like the halter not being scary and leading, and then a little bit with the flag. But yeah.
Okay, so I don't want to miss these. So I'm going to get to Eden's question here in a second. But first off, Marlene gave us a $10 super thanks. So thank you so much, Marlene. And I see I missed another one from Donna. So thank you, Donna and Marlene. That is so kind. So, and Donna left a comment that says, I've fallen in love with how much you love the animals and the land. Thank you. We really do love the animals, and that's a good observation. We absolutely love the land. We really do, like the mountains and like caring for the grass and the wetlands, and like
I'm so excited that eventually, whether we buy it or the ranch buys it or whatever, to get a tractor. Like whether we buy our own or the ranch buys a replacement with a front end loader, I am like so excited to try to make some compost. I've done it, I have compost at home that I've made, but not here because we just have to kind of like dump it not in a pile. Anyway, I'm so excited to make some compost out of the horse manure and like the chicken manure and stuff, and then let it break down and then spread it on the fields. Like I'm so excited about that.
Yeah. She talks about it constantly. I'm excited about it too. It's like with all this dust and stuff, you can just picture, if you were here for years, like improving the soil. So anyway, we get excited about that nerdy stuff. But before I forget, let's do, I think it was Serenity. Oh no, Eden's question. So first off, a comment, and then I think it was Eden's question. So the comment from Eden says, I adopted my first 2 Mustangs from Litchfield in December and saw Badger. He's gorgeous. So first off, congratulations. That's amazing.
I love Badger.
I hope it's going good. Badger was our first love when it came to Mustangs, other than Alyssa's when she was a little girl.
Yeah.
Badger was cool. But I think it was you that someone asked when we start. I think it was Eden, but I'm not positive. When we start a horse under saddle, what age?
I wait until they're at least 3. That's kind of just like the general rule, is at least 3. And then I am not afraid to put a saddle on them even when they're like a yearling, because it's not too much weight, for a short amount of time. I'm not worried about it at all. And like packing with a saddle up into the mountains while they're 2-year-olds is so good for them to get that like muscling and just get used to the saddle shifting as they're going up and downhill, and all that stuff is great. But we'll wait till 3. And that being said, it depends on the equine, because we have Josie, our spotted mule. She's coming 4 in August, and she is having a growth spurt. Finally, I've string tested her. She should grow a few more inches, and she's finally like growing. But we feel like she's too small. We feel like she's too weak. She just doesn't seem physically mature enough yet for us to step on her. Like, I've saddled her and like pictured climbing on her, and I'm like, I can't even picture climbing on her yet. So it really depends on the horse and if we feel like they're ready physically and mentally, but mostly physically as far as age goes.
2 more thank yous here real quick, and one came with a question. So Debbie Kins gave us a $20 super thanks. So thank you, Debbie.
You always.
And it says, have you found a good product for Sue's forelock, mane, and tail yet? We actually, someone sent us one. We'll have to share it when we do our little bathing video.
Someone sent us some conditioner that I need to put in there, wet her mane down and put in there. I've just been using this stuff in my fingers and like running my fingers through it. Also, someone gave me a wide tooth comb, and I've used that a couple times too, which has been really nice. So just trying to keep it not so dry and brittle and kind of conditioned that way. But I haven't got any like curl activator or anything, which I think would be so fun to do and like try to make it into little ringlets. So fun.
Okay.
I'm curious how curly it would really be.
And then another thank you to Shelly Lee. Thank you so much for a $10 super thanks. That is so helpful. We appreciate it very much.
Thank you,
And
guys.
Shelly says, living vicariously through you guys. And
So
you don't know what an honor it is to get to share this life with people like you who actually really enjoy it. And whether you hope to live like this one day, or whether you used to live like this, or whether you think you just may never and you just want to enjoy it on TV, it's an honor to get to be a part of that with you guys. So yeah, so thank you guys.
Thankful.
It's been awesome. Hour and 20 minutes. That's like a new PR. We had over 1,000 people on here. It was an hour and 20-minute live with the girls. So thank you guys. I hope you have an awesome week. We'll have videos coming out this week. We'll have the video of Marley being turned out with Mesa and Clyde. That'll be the next one. And whether that's tomorrow or the next day or whenever, that'll be out this week. So thank you guys so much, and have an awesome week.